Black Goose TV family. What's happening with it? We got a rare edition up in this thing. Fluence Lounge Friday. I guess we done Friday. Fluence Lounges, I guess. But I guess it's kind of rare when it comes to the boxing side of the game. That shows you how much love Demetrius Andrade gets. They had to put his card on a Friday. If I was Demetrius Andrade, I'd feel disrespected. But anyways, salute to the people. There's a boxing card on Friday. How many times do you see that happen?
It happened with Tevin Farmer. That's when he lost his belt.
My point, exactly. So you just proved my point. That's just mad disrespect to have your fucking fight on Friday. That means, especially for a guy who's trying to get a money fight in Canelo, even trying to chase Triple G. That's not a good look, man. I'm telling you, that's not a good look. But anyways, I'll get more into the politics of that. But I
what
just want
about
to say salute.
A fight on Sunday though? Because I'm like Jamel Charlo had a fight on Sunday.
That's a little bit different though, because there was a specific reason why that happened. There's a specific reason because of Jamal Charlo fight previously, and it was supposed to be on the same card, but they ended up switching it simply because they were trying to get more money out of the factor. So that was part of venue change. That was part of money. Like, I'm gonna get more money from this rather than putting Jamel on the co-main event of Jamal. Jamal's probably already gonna sell out the arena. Jamel could sell out the arena. It's double-headed. You know what I'm saying? That was something they hadn't tried before. They wanted to try it out because they were so used to putting them on the same card. They're like, well, Jamel, you know what I'm saying? He's a superstar. Let's see if he is a superstar. Let's stop putting him in the, under the name of his brother. So let's try it this way. And it succeeded. And I doubt we'll ever see them on the same card again because there's too much money to be made. Why split up those profits when they both could sell out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that been boo jigging, boy. I'm sorry. I'm feeling his energy.
Real quick, though, I'm going to get into the politics of that real quick. Fluence Lounge, episode 47. Please, y'all come up in here. First thing to do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe, notification gang, all that good stuff. At the very least, just like it, man. Get us into the algorithm. You know what we on Friday, baby. Big. This is like I actually would have preferred this on tomorrow. I would have loved to watch this and Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter kind of like at the same time to offset it, or like Andrade to happen right before that. But they gave me fight. Oh, I actually watched that fight. I watched that Mosley Jr. fight. He got Mosley Jr. He had a lot of success in the beginning. Then he just started getting worked later on. Andrade is probably going to work Quigley in this. But
probably.
Anyways,
did you not see he was a minus 3,000?
I don't mean it in probably as if how he's going to work it. I mean more so how he's going to stop him. I should have explained that a little bit, which I will. I'm just not done with the introduction. Just like all that good stuff. So much love, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Got to say that a million times because
he's
trying to grow. Yeah, man. Hit that goddamn like button. We're trying to grow. The only way we can get in the algorithm, the best way is the like button.
Oh, man.
The second best way is the comment, and y'all comment enough. We're going to get there, though. We're going to get where you
subscribe.
You got to comment. You know what I'm saying? And then subscribe. Most lastly, and if you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification gang, baby. But we here, man. Demetrius Andrade versus Jason Quigley. We're here for the main event, only the main event. We usually be doing the whole card, but this card wasn't anything to take time out of our day for. Let's be 100. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the fighters, no disrespect to everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that's why we didn't go, because you said I sent the link. I'm over here looking on my phone. Like, I'll just be in the chat until I get home. I'm like, this shit saying upcoming still. I'm like, oh. And then I looked at the fight. I'm like, oh, okay, it's one of them pittity pats. Tell all the way to the 12th round. I'm like, okay, maybe that's why. And then I saw the other fight. I'm like, maybe that's maybe that's like a boring fight too. So I'm like, maybe he's just gonna go main event.
And let me be real too. Let me correct that also just a little bit. Youngest snipers in the building. Let me correct that just a little bit. In the reference of when I said, I didn't go live because the card was weak. The card was kind of weak, but the real reason is my mom randomly called me and I was on the phone with her. So my shit doing what it's doing. So I'm gonna have to watch the actual fight on my computer. So I still need to call my internet people and have a talk. Yeah, because I'm like, now all of a sudden it's like whenever I have my laptop on and then I got this going, that's when it acts up. So I gotta turn it off. So as soon as I turn it off, now it's going right back. So I just gotta watch it from my laptop. So good. But anyways,
Boo Boo really looking like he got to come and just get his man work. But it's crazy. They made an article about this man, bro. It was like Boo Boo Andrade, but one something, but
it's a terrible.
Yeah, he's retarded. He said Boo Boo Andrade good at boxing or something like that, but one of the most boring fighters to watch. Let me look it up, man. It was crazy. It was
Who
disrespectful.
said that? That was a what was that?
A
A
reporter, man. It was
a
crazy though,
reporter.
because he was like, he tried to offset it by saying he was handsome and he was a great boxer.
What is him being handsome got to do with
Bro, I
anything?
was
I don't even
confused. I
understand
was like,
that.
why did he even put that in the article? Like, he was trying to lighten it up, like before he said he was a born boxer to watch. I'm gonna go to it right now. Bam.
It be
Watch it not even
disrespectful
be
how
there
they
no
be
more.
doing my man Boo Boo, man.
Hold on, man.
I'm like, I'm telling you, it's not respectful to be fighting on Friday if you're supposed to be someone who's looking to get a fight against Canelo. That's not a good look, man. You want to be on prime time.
No, you're not probably wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to be, positive. Like, hey, man.
I'm like, you said Tevin Farmer. We ain't seen Farmer since that fight.
I know he probably retired, man.
Man, he keeps saying he's coming back, but shit, I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. I get paid to watch boxing. It's still tough to sit through a Demetrius Andrade fight.
That's disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying, man. I had to read that comment and that article, and I was like, "What? This man?" It was crazy. He was just like, he goes in there, he starts strong, and then he just cruises the rest of the fight.
That's not a lie, though. He does do that, but I just think that's just his style to an extent. When he's fighting someone he knows he's that
I'm
much
just like,
better.
how is you gonna criticize an undefeated fighter? You know what I'm saying? Like,
He
people
still
talk.
can.
I mean, yeah, you can, but I'm saying like to a point to where you're saying he's boring. Because I'm like, people say DC was boring, but
I
DC was
think saying
effective.
someone is born is I think that's a criticism that you can't say. I think you can and you if you're watching the fight and you're looking to be entertained and you're not necessarily entertained from what you said. Now that we're not talking about necessarily how knowledgeable they are about the sport. You know what I'm saying? The more you know about a sport, the more you know about something you're watching, usually the more entertained you're gonna be. And I watch boring fights. Like I can support that. But Andrade, I can
support that.
like that shit loud.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I was laughing like that, man. But that was hilarious though. Boy, that boy said, "I want some more. Get this
Yeah, I watch
KO."
boring fights, man. But I at the end of the day, I think it just comes down to Demetrius Andrade does have a tendency, man. He'll start off strong, he'll look amazing, he'll do his thing, and then sometimes he will cruise a couple rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just a tendency if he knows he's levels above the opponent he's fighting. So if he doesn't get him out there early, he's just kind of just like, and like, whose fault is that? Is that his fault? Is that his promoter's fault? Is that people really ducking him like they say? I don't know if they being 100 about that.
I think
They
they
might be being
ducking
100
him,
about that.
man. I think they're ducking him, man. Nobody's ever said his name. Billy Joe's the only person that you saw call that man out, and that man
He got out of
hit.
there because he had to cheat, man.
Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? This man got somebody rapping for him, man. I wish I knew what the song was. I'm about to put you on mute. I'm about to see.
All right, bet. Show some love though. What's up with it, man? We here. Excuse me for the internet problem. Like, man, I didn't even have to turn this off. My joint was still gonna act like it was gonna act up, man. It got that joint going up and down, man. We gonna get that fixed sooner or later. But salute to the people, man. We out here, man. Hopefully y'all been enjoying. I want to say Saturday, but it's really Friday. It's crazy. So hopefully y'all been enjoying. Y'all Friday for real, for real. My Friday been cool, man. I ain't got no complaints. No complaints about my Friday. I had a day off, so I was
I
chilling.
don't know what type of song he coming out to. I don't know what that music is, but it's getting him hyped. So more power to the brother.
That's all it's about, baby. You got to be hyped.
Hey man, he really got high socks on, like he about to go hoop, like in some 1990s year or the 80s year.
Hey man, let that man live.
I'm not clowning on him. I'm saying he about to go crazy right now, man. He about to
He might be on his Larry Bird, man.
Shut
Just saying, Larry Bird of boxing, man. He finna be shooting all the right hands, and he ain't gonna miss nothing. I'm like, damn. He putting that work in on draws. Whoever bet that $100, they gonna be like, ah. See?
I don't even know how you even go with Quigley. Like, what is Quigley even proven to make you even convinced that he was gonna like do something to Boo Boo? You know what I mean?
He just be
Why
hoping
Triple
for
G
the
don't
best.
want that? Yeah, he's too old now. He don't want that smoke. That makes sense.
Well, Triple G finna fight Murata, so he's putting himself in a position to go up against Canelo again. And at the same time, Triple G super middleweight. because it's on Andrade just moved up to super middleweight, I think, or he's still at middleweight. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure he's
He
at
don't got
middleweight.
no belt around him, so maybe he did move up.
But he was saying he was supposed to move up a while ago. I'm like, that's the move. You got to do it. See, that's sad. Andrade was my favorite fighter. I don't even know if he moved up yet. I don't think he did though. If he's still he got the WBO belt.
Why can't he keep the other belt if he moves up?
Because Canelo's undisputed at 168.
Oh yes.
Hey man, he got all them joints. That's what that last fight was for. Yeah, that's crazy. I unplugged my laptop, everything. That joint still acting like you don't got no love for me. I'm gonna have to call them, man. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's been going on the last like 3 weeks, but I need y'all to either come up here and fix this, or I'm done with y'all.
Boy gonna come at them strong, boy.
I can't keep dealing with the bull, man.
The thing is, I don't know. He took this bet, but he knows a lot of boxing, so I don't know.
Oh, for real? And what if he just got a beef against Andrade? That's what it sounds like to me.
Sound like, yeah, because I'm like, why would he bet $100? Like that's something like you bet like a little meal. You feel me? Some canes, a burger.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, this motherfucker's in a Hondo. He said, "I want to take you to Roost Chris, my boy. He good." These announcements taking forever.
It always do though.
Boo got his hair just different every fight.
I just be mad at the motherfucker right now.
Wow. Oh, that
shit in HD. That's what I think. Yeah, I think he just got beef. A lot of people don't like Andrade, man. A lot of people don't think Andrade is that's good, man.
For real? They think he's trash?
I think he's just a hype job, man. They think he's just fought, level of opponents that are just way under him. You know what I'm saying? They're basically saying they're looking at him kind of like how they looked at Deontay Wilder. Who have you fought? You know what I'm saying? You talk all this game. You say he's the most feared person. He's the boogeyman, all this different type of stuff. But I'm like, who you fought, though? That's what they say. So they basically say he's not that good. You know? And you got to remember, a lot of times boxing fans are just that. They're fans. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, like, the level of people who try to actually be boxers or learn the technique and all that type of stuff is far and few compared to maybe like basketball. So you got a lot more analytical minds to basketball where they can see certain things and they'll enjoy things other people may not, which is far and few between. With boxing, you know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of somebody and you're not a fan of someone else, a lot of times it just comes down to I don't like you. There's nothing like they won't even enjoy a good win by that other boxer. It's more so like, oh, who you fight, rather than being like, let me observe the fight, see how good he looks in there. Styles make matchups, and how could he be? You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it from that perspective. That's far and few between when it comes to boxing.
Well, if you know anything about boxing, Demetrius Andrade can box. In the words of KSI.
Andrade's a sniper, boy.
Bro, at the end of the day,
cold-blooded
Navy
SEAL sniper in the ring, man.
The difference between him and Wilder is that he actually has no disrespect to Wilder. I'm not saying Wilder doesn't have just no skill, but I'm saying Demetrius Andrade's skill is amazing. Like if you can fight with your hands down and not get touched, man, that's skill, man. People don't act like that's not a skill. It's a skill.
Yeah, you can argue that.
You know what I mean? You gotta skillfully. Yeah, brother. It's really cold out here, man. I gotta get
cold out there, man. It's cold than a mug out here, bro. I think it's about to snow or something, man.
Hey, man. That's crazy what you told me they at the store with, man. They out there on go, boy.
Oh, man, it's the Wild Wild West out here. They showing it like and glowing like before, you know what I'm saying?
I heard somebody else got shot at the memorial too, man.
Yeah, man.
They even shut down that cookie store, bro. It's boarded up and everything.
Yeah, I ain't going over there, man. Shit. It may be.
It's just
I'll
sad
go
because
ahead
I'm
and
like,
trust the
damn, I
news.
would have wished I'd have known about that cookie shop before. I would have tried them joints out.
Shit, I ain't going now.
I don't think you can. I gotta
And if I
find a
had a
recipe.
choice too, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm cool, man. Enough heat over here.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it ain't all that cold, but it's still a little shit of shivery out here, man. You need a jacket on, you know.
It's cold to the mug out here, but it'd be weird. It'll be like one day where it's like a nice day and it's cool. It'd be like, okay, it's still okay. I don't need no jacket. Then the next like 3 days in a row, it'll be like, God,
Damn, it's cold.
I ain't fucking
This
with
is
Come on,
crazy because Quigley
Andrade.
look like he just ready. He know he finna get work, man.
Real quick, I want Andrade to be disrespectful and just end this in one round, and then we just only have 10 minutes of Fluence Lounge tonight. All right, y'all.
Boo
But
Boo
let's
came
see.
and
I'm
did
like
what he needed
Andrade.
to do.
I know. All right, we appreciate y'all. But Boo Boo ain't did that in a long time, man. Boo Boo, he'll come out. He'll look like you finna put him away quick, and then he'll just, you know what I'm saying, just have fun with him for the rest,
It's crazy because
pause
how Boo
for the
Boo
rest of the night.
fight. I feel like the other fighters is really like, how do I come at this dude? His hands are so close to his face, but he look like he's ready to knock me out. Like, you know?
What's funny to me when it comes to Quigley is he's already drawn to the trap of Andrade. Because I seen Quigley when he fought against Mosley. And I don't feel like being that specific and kind of pinpointing all the little details, but just know Andrade, he's lulling Quigley basically into his game plan.
Which is explain to the people, man. They don't know. Some of these people
See,
don't
you
know the
didn't just
wrestling.
hear what I just said. I was like, I don't feel like going into the details tonight. I don't. Tomorrow I'll give y'all details when you're watching Terrence Crawford because I just don't feel like this deserved the details. Let's be real, man. Andrade's finna put this man away. There ain't much to say about like I ain't gonna break this down. Tomorrow I got you with 100. I'm gonna talk all about what's going on. But this fight, bro,
You got
I'm
no
like,
energy.
let's just enjoy this one, man. Cause I'm like, we know. Like what was Andrade, a plus 1,200 or something? Like, come on,
Minus
man.
3,000.
Oh yeah, minus my bad. I said plus 1,200. He be the underdog. I'll be betting.
Well, I bet a lot of money on him. I'll put a lot of money down on him. It's crazy because he's just testing this young man out this whole round, man. Because he hasn't even got his foot on the other side of that foot yet.
He does when he puts it around the outside when Quigley decides to throw right. Oh, that was a nasty overhand right. But then he switched stances.
That was an overhand right. That was nice.
That's crazy because he's southpaw, but when he throws that left, he'll switch stances and he throws the right under. He's about to hurt. Quigley's about to be out of there in a minute. Yeah, it's about to be over. He really doing what I just said. Okay, y'all. This finna be quicker than we thought. Hey, it's snipers. You finna. Hey, he said classic Boo Boo round one.
You wanna get that move.
You right though. If you a Boo Boo fan, you watch Boo Boo. He always knock down all his opponents first round, but he'll never finish them. He'll go all the rest 12 rounds with him. He'll just knock him down the first round.
Though.
Let's see if Boo Boo can change it up because they're looking.
He knock him out. He like Canelo. What if he just
He down? He down, boy. He might finish him this first round. Well, now there's 10 seconds. They gonna let him survive. They're gonna let him survive to the second round. I know Andrade is gonna let him survive to the second round. He is. See, I knew that. Ah, my bad. Oh.
Classic Boo Boo round. On me because the last fight, I remember we was watching. He was like, "Oh, we was like, he's gonna take him out. He's gonna take him out." We was like, "He's Boo Boo gone." And then next 10 rounds was just like all just jab, move style, jab, move style, jab. I was like, "Oh, Boo Boo." But it makes sense though.
You got us again.
Yeah, you got us, man. You just. But I feel like if he really wants Canelo, he gotta knock this boy out. I really feel like that because I'm like, come on, Canelo stopped 2 of his last opponents.
Even if he wants Triple G, if he wants one of the Charlo brothers, if he wants anybody that's just credible in the middleweight or super middleweight division, he got to stop doing what he's doing because no one's finna just fight you, bro. No one's finna just fight you. That's just a fact. So. Let's see, because you see, I'm gonna say this the first thing right off the bat. We can say classic Boo Boo, but at the same time, what's different in that first round? And he didn't box at all. Usually, Andrade will get that first round KO boxing. You know what I'm saying? Setting up his punches.
He came out.
He just came out like I don't want to hurt this boy. So
we're gonna see though. We in tune.
Exactly. Good fight though, as always. The feints from Boo Boo is nasty. He'll just faint and he'll just that oh he dropped in. That was a knockdown. He went down, his knee went down. How you not call that, bro? Was I tripping? Or
No,
was it a
his hand
slip?
went down. Did your
His knee
hand go
didn't go
down
down
nothing
where
like that?
that's
No,
what he
he.
had. Oh, his knee didn't go down?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I thought his knee don't go down. My bad. Andrade's coming though. All right. Oh, now he's starting to slow down. Though. Let's see if we got ourselves a boxing match for the rest of the round. I don't know, man. Andrade's look a little different this fight. I'll give it to him. He not setting nothing up with his jab. He not
He really trying
touching.
to go in there and just
Bro,
really like
he just like nigga.
he throwing that left. Like, come on, man, where you
Bro,
at?
he
But
ain't
the other
setting
dude's not even
nothing up.
throwing nothing.
I think he's just trying. I think he's still hurt, bro. I think he's still trying to recover. And like his sniper said, like Boo Boo is fast, man.
Yeah, he
The
is.
fact that he's not setting any of this up, like think about when Boo Boo decides to box if you feel like it's necessary. I'm like
Yeah, he
Quigley,
hasn't thrown not one jab.
Quigley's fighting a brawler Boo Boo right now.
That's
Think about Boo Boo's
scary.
like, all right, let me get into the matrix. You want to talk about Lomachenko's matrix? Boo Boo's matrix is crazy.
Yeah, he get into a whole different type of mode.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's crazy to me how people can enjoy someone like Loma. I know he gets some stops, there get KOs, but I'm like, Boo Boo, when he enters the matrix, he has his own type of thing going, baby. It's
He
beautiful.
be having
Look
his
up his
hands
highlights.
down, fool.
And he be just, I remember his last fight, them uppercuts when he was coming in, them shit was nasty.
This is how he do it. It's just like everybody got their style, man.
Yeah, everybody got their style. Some people just want to just, oh my God, I didn't even see when that, oh, what is that? Was that clean? I don't know what happened.
Man, that was crazy.
What was it? I missed it.
He
I'm watching the
on him
fight,
down
but
the
I didn't
middle.
see it.
Bam, right down the middle.
It's finna be over. He ain't finna last, bro. This finna be
Boo
over.
Boo
His
really
sniper's
giving him
about to get
work.
his money.
Sniper's like money, money,
I
money,
missed that one. I'm over
money.
here talking. I was watching the fight, but I wasn't looking like
Yeah,
that.
faint with the right. Yeah, man. It was crazy. Money, 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 money. That boy
Boo Boo really did what
Sniper's
I
out there.
said. I
He out
didn't
here
think it
doing the
was
boogie
gonna
like this and
happen.
he out
He
here
was
doing the
tired of
boogie.
people looking. Oh, he's chasing him. It's over. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. It's over, bro. It's over. The fact I was about to say, oh my God. He done did it. Boo Boo!
Oh,
Boo
he said,
Boo!
give me Canelo.
Boo Boo! Hey, finally, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Like sometimes, dog. Like there we go, Eddie
You read
Hearn.
that
Like yo,
article?
Eddie Hearn,
I
get
read
your
it.
ass
I'm
out of
telling
here.
you.
Like Boo Boo, hey, bro. This nigga, if he would be with PBC, bro, I think he made the
Bob
wrong look.
Arum, man. Forget BBC. If he was
But
with
see,
Bob
it's
Arum, man,
think
he'd be
this
big.
though. Is this the same mistake that Devin Haney's making? Because I'm like Eddie Hearn threw Andrade at the time the biggest bag.
No. Because
So he
Devin Haney's
went to the
fighting
biggest
natural
bag.
competition. Like I don't want to disrespect Boo Boo, but I'm saying he's
But that's
fighting guys that you know.
but see, that's what's fucked up though, is because Eddie Hearn, he's learning from his mistakes with Haney. So he's doing whatever's possible to get him his, you know what I'm saying? He learned with his mistakes with Tevin Farmer. Andrade is cold enough at this point where he's like, he knows, like, give me whoever I want. I'm gonna show you exactly who I is. You know what I'm saying? But even with that crazy ass fight, do you think this gets him any closer to a Canelo fight? No. Do you think this gets him any closer to a Jamal Charlo fight? No. A Jamel Charlo fight? No.
They afraid of
Why
what they
though?
just saw, bro. What you
That's
mean?
my point. But that's my point, because I'm like, if all these people we just talked about is chasing a Canelo fight, right? Why would you fight someone like Andrade that you would, the risk and reward is too far in between?
But I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be probably the best fight for sure in the last decade, bro. If they were to fight Canelo and him, like that would really be a big chess match, fool. I really believe that. Because Boo Boo fast too. You feel me? It's not like, because Canelo's usually faster than most of all his opponents.
Canelo's doing the Floyd with Boo Boo. I think the fight's gonna happen, but I think he's gonna fight him at the right time, in his opinion. He needs him to slow down.
He needs
Canelo
Canelo to slow down
right now. Canelo needs Boo Boo to slow down. He can't fight Boo Boo right now. This is my opinion. You know how high I am on Canelo. Boo Boo is not the matchup for him.
That southpaw gonna mess him up.
The Boo Boo is not the matchup for him. I'm telling you, Boo Boo beats Caleb Plant. I would love to see that. I think Caleb Plant's probably one of the few super middleweights that will fight Boo Boo. I would love to see Boo Boo versus Caleb Plant. I think
if he beats Caleb Plant, he gets the Canelo fight.
If they can get that fight to happen, if Eddie Hearn could push for that fight, Boo Boo versus Caleb Plant, bro, I'm telling you, Boo Boo beats Caleb.
Easy.
Work.
work. He gonna chop that tree down quick.
They need to do like, I wish they were able to do things like they did in MMA, even with like Bellator and UFC. Like UFC does it like in rankings, but Bellator, they do the tournaments. Like they did like a super middleweight tournament. They used to have that with World Boxing Super Series. That's where Regis Prograis really, blew up from. And that's also where
is that Canelo?
Lawrence Okoli came from too. He what? Oh, I stopped watching. What you saying?
No, it look like he talking to somebody. Somebody talking some jive to him.
Oh, it's not Canelo ain't out there, boy. Come on now.
I don't know. I'm seeing some action, some static.
I've been saying that, but is it really worth him to clear 160? What is there at 160? Like, this is the weird thing about the middleweight division and the super middleweight division, that unfortunately with Canelo's greatness has fucked it up. It doesn't matter how good you are in either divisions. It's like, well, those are Canelo's division. That's how people think. You feel me? So yeah, that was still at 160 because he still got his WBO belt. So I'm like,
but he's not. I wouldn't go up if I can't get a fight that I want, though. Why would you do that? Why waste that time? At the same time, you feel me? Why lose that belt? So I get why he hasn't done the move yet.
But that's what I'm saying. But I agree with you.
What
that's what I'm saying too. What is your point?
Jeff Horn for the belt.
But that's what I'm saying. What is the point? Like, what's greatness in people's mind? Like, who should be fine? Everyone's talking about, Andrade and Canelo could be, but Andrade put himself in that limelight by talking shit to Canelo at a press conference. If he never did that, it made it seem like, I could fight you, Canelo. Then it's like, if you want to fight Canelo, then if you realistically, Demetrius Andrade is my favorite fighter, but if you're realistically saying I want to put myself in a position to do so, fighting guys like Quigley is not going to get it done. I don't care if you knock him out with one punch. You feel me? So ultimately, like I said, we got to take a step back and we got to look and we got to be like,
you got to get Jared Hurd on the phone. Somebody.
You feel me? Get them PBC boys on the phone. I'm going to move up. I'm going to fight Caleb Plant.
If he did that, bro, and won, he gets Canelo.
Let me fight Jamel Charlo. Let me fight Julian Williams. You got to fight these guys that maybe, when you know the boxing game, you might say, Quigley's just as good as a guy like Julian Williams or this type of things like that. But when you talk about names in the U.S., that's the problem with Eddie Hearn.
About, man. That fight ended so quick.
Turn that up. Mute me out. Turn that up and let me know what he's saying so I can and then educate us. But what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to Quigley, I'm like, Quigley might be as good as some of these guys or whatever, but he's not known out here. That's the problem when it comes to being with Eddie Hearn. Being with Eddie Hearn as an American fighter, you might be in the States, but you're fighting guys in his stable that's not from the States. So nobody in the States knows a Quigley, right? Nobody knows how good he may or may not be. And that's the problem. Andrade put on a showcase, but most of these U.S. boys is going to be looking, and the Canelo fans from Mexico, they're going to be like, I don't know who Quigley is. And that's the problem when you go over to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is slowly trying to, right those wrongs with Devin Haney, you see. But now is it too late for Andrade? Because, Andrade is 34 years old, 32 years old. I can't remember exactly. But when you're talking about who he needs to fight at 160, who's the only guy that really comes to the mind is Jamel. But Jamel's tied up. He had that crazy fight with Brian Castano. Maybe Tim Tazui, maybe, I know I'm saying his name wrong, excuse me, but maybe that might be a good fight for him. He's on the up and coming. But if you're trying to get yourself put into that Canelo race, the only option that he has is he has to move up to 168 and he has to fight a big name. And I'm like, Demetrius Andrade, it's my favorite boxer. I'm not being biased at all. I'm being 100. He's going to have to move up to 168. And what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to fight a big name at 168. But see, where that's all gonna fall in play, I think Caleb Plant makes sense. Why not? Caleb Plant's gonna be looking for the next guy. There's gonna be a lot of people ducking him. You know what I'm saying? But David Benavidez might be next for Caleb Plant. That's the thing, though. So that's unfortunate. But Demetrius Andrade, man, he can't keep fighting these guys and thinking that he's on his way to the biggest fight of his life, man. He can't keep fighting these guys and be disappointed and upset when someone says, "Oh, you're this or you're that." You just can't do that. Because in reality, you know what I'm saying? I think you're the best in the world when it comes to the 160 division. I don't think anybody beats you in the 160 division. I think a lot of people will have a lot of trouble with you at the 168 division. But we will never know that because you continue to think people are going to come to you. And at this point, you got to realize, like, man, the world we live in at this point, I got to start moving these things. Or now, if you want to compare his situation, his situation might be a little bit in comparison to Terrence Crawford. Because, yeah, I said Andrade is 34. He's not 34, I don't think. I think he's 32. But, yeah. Either way, man, that was a beautiful knockdown. Andrade really showed us that, man. That was a great fight. That was a great fight, man. But I wonder what's next. I can't wait for Young Zen to come back, tell me what he said for his post fight, because I'll be interested to see what his goal is. Where does he go from here? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can't criticize, I can't say anything necessarily when it comes to Andrade until I know exactly what his goal is. You feel me? What he's trying to get to. So I can't say nothing. So hopefully, if he's saying that he wants Canelo, hopefully he's talking about going and moving up to 168. That would be an awesome thing to hear. If he's not talking about wanting Canelo when he wants to stay at 160, hopefully he's talking about getting up in that ring and dancing with a Charlo, Jamel Charlo, or Castano, Tim, one of them. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait till he tells me what he says. So I'm predicated on, man. It's crazy, man. This is one of them. It's crazy. This is one of them lives where it's like, I said what I said, and I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened. I'm kind of happy it did happen because I'm happy my boy Andrade really showed out and showed up. I'm like, damn, that was the fight. It's over, but it's all good, man. We got a lot to talk about still, though, because I definitely want to know. Cause I'm like, the way Zen's doing these facial expressions made me think he's saying some crazy shit. Well, not crazy shit, but he's saying something that's gonna be something that we're really gonna have to try and put down and figure out, like, why is he saying these things? So. Salute to Andrade, man. Canelo, man. At the end of the day, though, I'm like, if you want to think about it, I think a lot of the David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo. I don't really, Jamal Charlo. Yeah, he said something too. You know what I'm saying? Billy got that work dirt skirt. I could tell Boo Boo frustrated. He definitely a problem. Like if Boo Boo's frustrated, man, who does he have to be frustrated with the most? Like that's the question. Does he have to be frustrated with himself? Does he have to be frustrated with his management? Does he have to be frustrated with Eddie Hearn? Like who should he be frustrated the most if he is frustrated? I remember when I was heavy back training, my coach said, he said, that time I was like, Boo, my favorite fighter. He's like, I love Boo Boo, but I can't stand him. I was like, why? He's like, this is his own worst enemy. He be too much trying to tell motherfuckers to agree to his terms and all that type of shit. And he's like, you can't do that. You can't tell nobody agree to your terms. I know you feel the greatest, but if you want to fight the best that you talking about, you want to fight, you gotta understand the politics of the game. I was like, man, so I'll be interested to know exactly what he's saying in his post-fight interview, especially if Sniper's talking about. He's saying, sound like he frustrated. I wonder how many fights he got left on. Because I'm like, when Eddie Hearn was all happy when Demetrius Andrade was making that move and all that stuff after he won, he gave a little love to Eddie Hearn, but he really kind of moved him. So I'm like, is there a little bit of beef between Eddie Hearn and Demetrius Andrade? Is Andrade blaming where he's at right now because he I'm like, ultimately you got to be upset with yourself. You went with Eddie. He said, "This man Boo Boo funny. That man Boo Boo is funny." Oh man, I wish I could hear him talking right now. If I heard him talk, I'd be able to mimic him.
Boo Boo is hilarious, man. Let's go. But now, man,
what was he talking?
He was like, he's like, what do what message do you want to send to the who do you want to feel like you want to fight next? What fight do you think you deserve next? I want to shout out everybody. Did it today? Just start shouting out everybody. He was like, I went in there, and I took care of business. He was like, take me into that first round thing, because for the last couple fights, you knocked out people down in the first round, and you haven't got them out of there. What do you feel like you went in there in that second when you went into the corner after the first? What were you thinking? He was like, patience. That's what I was thinking, man. Patience. That's what I was thinking. How many times have you seen a dude get knocked down, you get eager, and then you get your ass knocked down? That was Danny Jacobs versus, I forgot who he said.
I know the fight you're talking about. You.
Yeah, so he was like, man, I'm in there patient, man. But when I went in there, you're gonna see a different style. And this style, you see a different style. I came out and I did what I needed to do. I went there,
He
I
does.
ate.
That's what's crazy about Boo Boo, man. He'll come out with a different style every fight if he wanted to. That's scary, man.
He was like, and I went out there and I just ate. I was time to eat. No, I was like, yeah, he was like, so who you want to fight now? He's like, man, I'm a WBL champ. I'm 31-0. What y'all asked for, y'all got. He was like, I'm an Olympian. What else you want, man? You know, he's like, I need Chris Maddox to get me this job. I need Eddie Hearn to get me this job. I need the fans to push this job. You guys gotta stop letting these guys come out here and act like they actually doing something with these belts and they not fighting the best, man. And then Eddie Hearn got the phone. He's like, he's an American. He's a champion. He's an American great. These guys, Triple G, giving it up, and he doesn't want to come out and he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight.
Hey, isn't that low ball? Isn't that crazy though? As a promoter for Eddie Hearn, like he promotes Boo Boo, but then he also co-promotes with Triple G. He's talking about Triple G don't want to fight Eddie Demetrius. So all I'm saying, real quick, all I'm saying is, if the guy who's promoting the guy is saying that the guy is saying that he don't want to do something, I might want to believe him. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. But was like, just line them up, man. There's nothing else to say, man. Stop letting these guys walk around with you feel me? And Eddie Hearn, you know, he was just talking. Like, he was like, you feel me? I feel like Boo Boo got to get somebody, you know what I'm saying, respectable next. It's kind of like Terrence. I feel like him and Terrence was in the same boat in the sense. Like, everybody's talking about their opponents, saying that nobody's fighting nobody. Now he's fighting Sean Porter. So he knocked Sean Porter out. Everybody got to shut up.
The difference between the two, I would say, though, is that Terrence Crawford has more of a fan base in America, in the U.S., because he's with Top Rank.
I say he have some,
but that's because he's with Top Rank. But that's because
exactly.
that's because even though he might be fighting fighters that they're not, and they're not as well known as the guys and the only reason why they say that the competition that he's fighting is not as good as the one in the PBC is because the welterweight division is one of the most well-known divisions in the USA since, you know what I'm saying, you know, for the longest. Like, that's one of the most paid attention.
They said, what's next for Andrade? Triple G, Canelo, Jamal Charlo, Jamie Magnoa, or Billy Joe Saunders?
But see, we're talking about super middle, but all those are super middleweight fights. So if Demetrius Andrade didn't give a hint of moving up to super middleweight, then why should we expect any of these fights?
Well, he said he wants whatever, so he's gonna have to move up if that's what he wants.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. But I'm like, he didn't really implement that. So I'm like, those are fantasy fights. All those is fantasy fights to me because you're talking about all these fighters who are looking to get it. All those fighters that you named are looking for a Canelo fight other than Billy Joe, right? And Billy Joe was talking about fighting Chris Eubank Jr. So Billy Joe's out of the picture.
Billy Joe's just cruising now, man.
Jaime Mwanga, he's not finna fight Demetrius Andrade. There's no reason to fight. Demetrius Andrade is a 160 champion. If I move up to 168, what's the reason for any of these guys trying to be in the sweepstakes to get into Canelo to fight Andrade if he has no title now? He basically has to work his way up for somebody to prove. And that's the fucked up part about it. And that's the situation. That's why I'm trying to explain. I'm like, was it a good move him going? Because the difference between him and Terrence Crawford, even though with similar situations,
Crawford fought for the belt immediately.
But it's not even that. Similar situations, but it's who you fight against when it comes to the US of A fans, boxing fans in particular, because they're so fan heavy. I just explained this in the sense of how they view fights, right? Because in a situation of Terrence Crawford, they'll say, "Oh, you're not fighting the best when it comes to 147." They don't say that about Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Tyson or whatever. Other people. Why? Because the 147 division, the welterweight division, has been looked at as one of the most stacked, heavy divisions in PBC. Al Heyman since Floyd, or even a little bit past that. Like the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of people have been promoting PBC welterweight division as the top division ever. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, what I'm saying is, even though Terrence Crawford probably fought guys in that division that's just as good as the guys in the PBC division, they're just not as well known, he still gets some type of respect because the USFA fans know who they are because they're with Top Rank. Where Demetrius Andrade, his setback is similar to Crawford, but all of the opponents he's fought, we're not familiar with. I am, but if you're not following boxing like that, you're like, I don't know these guys. Where at least for Terrence Crawford in Top Rank, okay, I know a Gamboa. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I know Jose Benavidez Jr. You know what I'm saying? Most USA fans are gonna be like, I don't know who Scott Quigley is. You feel me? There's not even I don't know who Liam Williams is. There's not even I can't even say,
People
Caleb
didn't even
Plant
know who
is
Kell
better
Brook
than.
was. Kell Brook was.
So Amir Khan's one of the few
People didn't even
UK
know who
fans that
Tyson
crossed
Fury
over to
was, bro.
US.
So Wilder, let's keep it a buck, bro. Wilder put
Yeah.
that man on the map. Like, as much as people want to say Fury put him on the map, I'm like, y'all got it backwards. I'm like, Fury just came here,
For
kind
the
of took his
US of A
crown.
fans, maybe Fury put Wilder on the map for the UK fans, but for the US of A fans,
yeah, for sure.
Wilder put.
Fury
Ain't nobody
on,
was paying attention to the Fury Klitschko fight in the US of A. Let's be 100.
bro. Nobody even knew they fought, bro. People was asking me, what do you know about Fury? I'm like, he can box, bro. He's good, but like nobody's seen him fight or know, you know. So yeah. So
Please, y'all, if y'all been here, y'all didn't hit the like button, man. Hit the like button real quick. We're gonna do a quick recap. Excuse me, Demetrius, Demetrius Andrade. He just got done. Absolutely demolishing Quigley, man. We called it. We knew this was gonna happen. Probably we didn't necessarily expect it to be this quick because Demetrius Andrade really hasn't shown to do this in a very long time. No disrespect, in a very long time, maybe about 4 fights ago, but he hasn't done this in a while. He did it. Zen just gave a beautiful recap of what he said for the post interview and what he's looking for. The one thing I just do have a problem with is that he didn't necessarily specify whether or not he's going to go up in weight or whether he's going to stay at his weight. He just said, bring on the best. So that's unfortunate because he can't be, as its snipers are saying, Boo Boo needs to leave Eddie Hearn. Why? Because he can't be with Eddie Hearn and says, you come to me. It's not going to work like that. No one of the US of A in your division is coming to you if you're signed with Eddie Hearn.
I agree.
Why is Coco Diaz doing it when it comes to Devin Haney?
Because Devin Haney's the cash cow.
Bow. Eddie Hearn is writing all his mistakes with Devin Haney. Demetrius Andrade is not the cash cow in that division. He's not.
But Eddie
He's the
Hearn has
farthest
pressure
thing
now
from it.
because now he can't really say nothing about his performance. No, it's like when Dana says, I don't like a boring fighter, and then the fighter comes out and knocks a dude out in 13 seconds. He can't say nothing now.
But the thing about this is like it's just one of those things where you can say maybe a little bit too little, too late. You feel me?
I feel like his skill and reflexes are there, though.
No, I'm not talking about in the fight of who he is as a fighter. I mean like the sweepstakes, the run. Because I'm like, Canelo's for the fight cruiserweight. When he's done fighting that and getting that belt, he's gonna come down and he's gonna fight the most well-known, probably super middleweight that makes the most sense for him to continue to be undisputed. You really think that's gonna be Andrade, who's been a 160 WBO champion?
We gotta see. Like, we gotta just watch. We gotta wait.
It's not gonna see. It's laid out. The blueprint is laid out of us. At the end of the day, if Andrade knows the game, if you understand the business, if you see what's laid out, there's no big fights in the horizon for Andrade unless he decides to move up, and he's gonna have to work his way up. Other than that,
but he gets that Jamal Charlo fight, he'll be able to work up right there and get that belt.
Or he can take the Jamel Charlo fight at 160. Or excuse me, not that. Or he has to leave Eddie Hearn. Because I'm like, I don't think with Eddie Hearn he's getting any fights that any US fan are interested in. How many US fans you think watched this fight tonight? Let's be real. Or cared?
I couldn't tell you, my boy. Where's he from? Rhode Island. Oh, that's different.
What I need to look up for real is how many fights is left on his contract with Eddie Hearn. Because that's the question. Because I'm like, even Terrence Crawford with Bob Arum, I think he only has like 2 fights left. I think he's a free agent in 2023 or 2022.
You about to go right back to Bobby. You see how much you see the fight. He got the fight people wanted, in a sense, wanted to see. They got that Sean Porter done. And then after that, it's either get the Spence fight or he got to fight who?
He's talking about Keith Thurman a lot, so it sounds like he wants that fight a lot.
Knock him out.
I know he's gonna knock out Keith.
Yeah,
And
knock
I'm
him
the
out.
biggest Keith Thurman fan, but I'm like Crawford knocks him out. It's
Keith
so
Thurman's out of
interesting
his
to me,
prime though. It's
bro.
just
It Keith, it's so interesting to me when I watch like when I watch these these build-ups to these things, and then I read the comments, and a lot of the comments saying, man, Sean Porter is a dog. He's finna bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford. Oh, Sean Porter, man, he's a brawler. He's finna brawl with Terrence Crawford. Oh, Sean Porter, man, he go crazy. And
but
I don't
couldn't knock
disagree with.
out Danny Garcia.
Well, real quick. I don't disagree with any of those statements. He's all of those, but it's like, do you guys understand that? I'm like, what type of boxer do you think Terrence Crawford is? Do you think he's like
Yeah, cute
a
finesse
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather? I know. I'm
Yeah,
confused.
like
I'm
he
like,
run
Terrence
from action or
Crawford
something. I'm like,
is
do you
a
know he's knocked out
dog. Terrence
everybody in the
Crawford is
last
a
4
brawler.
fights?
That's what I'm confused about. Like when I see that shit, I be like, but it comes into what you just said also before that, where you said, but he ain't knocked out. But like, no disrespect, but I was saying he ain't not. But I'm like, so what type of fighter is Terrence Crawford? For some reason, I think there's some weird narrative that Terrence Crawford is like you said, a finesse fighter who really chooses his shots
He
and
got
is
pillow hands or
calculated.
something.
He is that. He's calculated. But I'm like, that boy's he's a dog. I'm like, he's all that mixed in with being a dog.
Like he don't beat Benavidez Jr. the way he did if you don't got no dog in you. Because a lot of people could have been like, he go to the scorecard.
He dogged him out.
Yeah, he did hell bad. He hit that man all the way to the other side of the ropes. I said, I know he didn't just do that.
Gamboa, he dogged him out.
Yeah, he got Gamboa out earlier than anybody else did.
Dogged him. He dogged out. I'm like, Terrence Crawford is a dog. So it's like when I be seeing that narrative, when I be like, when they be like, oh,
Spence is a dog. I'm like, Spence ain't knocked nobody out in the last 4 fights, man.
I'm like a real dog. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, if you're talking about like people, if you really know boxing, you watch Terrence Crawford, you really understand his ability to fight. And if you're saying that Sean Porter is a dog and he's gonna bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford, you should be worried as a Sean Porter fan. If you think he gonna bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter shared a story of his pops and Terrence Crawford, like Terrence Crawford at a young age when they was coming up, because Terrence Crawford used to be a hothead and he always used to get fights outside the ring and all type of stuff. And then when Sean Porter, they was watching in the hotel room and he was ready to fight his pops at a young age. He was like, okay, I see what type of dude he is outside the ring. I'm like,
you can just tell Bud crazy. You kind of just see it in his eye.
I see, yeah, bro. He like one of them just cool, calm, collect niggas.
Him and Water the same in a sense. It's just like they're kind of like cool, chill, southern type dude. Well, he's more southern Water, but you feel me? Like they're more just down to earth type of people. But it's like look in their eyes, though, you just like, yeah, they look like they got malice intent. You know what I mean?
The difference is though, Crawford been doing this since he was
since he was young, yeah,
little young. So I'm like, man, you talking about someone who can do it all, man. Somebody who was just talking about Boo Boo, man. Boo Boo, when it seems like he's literally, he can switch. Like, I'm gonna fight this way, this fight. I'm gonna fight this way, this fight. I'm gonna fight this way, mid fight.
Yeah, that's special. That's
man.
it's kind of like Brian. Like, all right, I'm gonna take off this quarter. I'm gonna rest up, and then next quarter I'm gonna have like 25, 10.
Yeah. By the way, did y'all win tonight?
I don't know. We was coming back. AD, man, he was just out there BS.
By the way, if y'all up in here, man, please hit the like button, man. Show some love. Subscribe to the channel. If y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, man, y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, say anything, show that thing, roll it up. Even with LeBron playing, man, you got to be worried, bro. I'm like, it sounds like to me, y'all might not even make the playoffs, bro. Y'all lost to the Celtics, man. They're not even looking like they're going to be anything in the East. But I do want to say this right here real quick. Man, tomorrow finna be fire. Tomorrow night, Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, fire. Demetrius, Andrade, Boo Boo. What of a performance, man. Really did your thing, man. It's unfortunate that Boo Boo got to fight to get, man, police, everything. They're going crazy outside, man. But that shit made me lose my God damn. But salute to that fight tonight, man. I enjoyed it, man. Like, I ain't expected to be that fast, be that clean. But how you feel about that, man? Lakers, man, looking like they getting ran. Y'all ain't finna be nothing, man. That shit really unfortunate though. For real, when it come to Boo Boo, man.
Just how they dog him out,
yeah, man. Because it just don't make no sense. Because I'm like, he's such a skilled fighter, but I'm like, a lot of times I be trying to figure out, should I blame it on Boo Boo or should I blame it on the fact that you decided to go with Eddie Hearn? But see, I don't do that to Terrence Crawford, but it's different because we talking about like whoever the promoter you with, that's the fighters you gonna fight with. Like, bro, you're fighting UK fighters in the US of A thinking you finna build a resume off of that. We like, I don't know who you fighting. I do. I know. I follow UK boxing. Most US boxing fans don't. Let's be
Nobody
100.
know who Joe Joyce is, bro.
That's so sad, bro. Joe Joyce is so nice. And he just, by the way, he's a number 1 ranked WBO contender and a number 2 WBC. Y'all better watch out in the heavyweight division for Joe Joyce. He finna come wrecking y'all.
I
Y'all
just
want to hate
hope
on
he
that
don't fight
man long
somebody like
enough,
Wilder,
man.
though.
Hit the like button. What'd you say?
So I just hope he don't fight like somebody like Wilder next or something.
Well, Andy Ruiz is talking about he trying to fight Wilder. But I'm like, you cap, bro.
Andy Ruiz do not want that smoke the way he struggled in his last fight, my boy. He do not want Wilder, especially after Wilder's feeling like he did, he was out there.
Chris Arreola caught him with a right hand.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Wilder baptizing him to sleep.
That's why I think it's cap. But he said it. He said, I would love to fight Wilder. I'm ready to fight now. If you threw the paperwork at me, I'll be signing that thing in 20 seconds. That's what he said.
Well, Wilder gonna be out until at least next summer, bro, because if he broke his hand.
Oh, he broke his hand again?
Yeah, that's what they said in the fight, that he had a broken hand.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's going to be out for a while then. It's all good, though. Andy Ruiz, he's coming back from an injury too, though. Because remember, Andy Ruiz got injured in his last fight. I don't remember what it was, but he's coming back from injury. But I think he said he's going to be healthy maybe soon. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin's supposed to happen.
Charles Martin going to lose.
I don't know how excited anybody's for that.
Bro, Kong not losing to nobody, bro, unless it's Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, or Usyk.
I'm so disappointed in Boo Boo for not calling out a specific name. It's almost like he'd accepted his fate. You know what I'm gonna do?
Nah, because he told the reporter, he was like, "Who do you want? He's like, stop telling people who you think I want to fight. I want the fans to make these fights."
Nah, man, that's trash. He don't got enough fans to ask the fans to make the fights. Am I wrong?
Hey, man, I'm telling you what he told us.
You don't have enough fans to tell the fans to make the fights. That don't even make no sense. I can't tell the fans to make the fights. Hey, fans, make the fights. Ain't nobody finna listen to me. Boo Boo, ain't nobody listen. You ain't Canelo, bro. They ain't telling. And even Canelo, I'm like, think about this. Somebody as powerful as Canelo, he makes his own fights. So Boo Boo, you should be doing the same thing. Call out specifically. It's almost like he don't want it. I'm gonna find out right now how many years Boo Boo got left with Eddie Hearn. Because I'm like, he talking like he knows he ain't got no other choice but to just figure it out. You must be locked in for lifetime with your boy Eddie.
This is like Joshua. Does Joshua need to get rid of Eddie Hearn?
Oh, I put how many years left with Eddie Hearn. I didn't even put the name. What's wrong with me? They just put 100 mil. I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm signed to Eddie Hearn? I'll do it. Y'all hold up. I'm finna give y'all the information. You're finna find out.
This man really hugging that board.
You said what?
He really hugging that screen, boy.
Hey, yo, look, I ain't got no glass. I'm gonna get him. Young Hector Martinez said Plant versus Demetrius. I was just saying that, Hector. That's the type of time I'm on, but that means Andrade has to move up and Plant has to say, okay, I'm willing to fight Andrade, and Eddie Hearn has to make that happen with Al Heyman. There's so many variables that come into play when it comes to Demetrius versus Plant. I would think Al Heyman would probably say Plant versus David Benavidez makes a lot more sense. Boo Boo absolutely needs a mega fight. He's getting too old, man. Oh, well, here we go, baby. All right, I'm going to share something with everybody. I hope you guys love this right here. I hope you guys love this. Yeah. All right. My bad, Joe. Much love. Here we go. How do you guys feel about this article? How do you guys feel about what this says right here? How do you guys feel about this article? Someone, please, talk to me.
It's
the only person that could is in. Huh?
It's old.
It said January 24, 2020.
It's old.
Demetrius Andrade extends Matchroom stay. So if he extends it, I'm sure he probably signed more than 1 year. So this is relatively new in regards to what his contract would probably be.
Yeah. Okay.
Why you gotta come at me like that, man? I'm just playing with you. Andrade versus Charlo. Toughest G says Andrade versus Charlo. So Hector says he wants to see Andrade versus Plant. Toughest G says he wants to see Andrade versus Charlo. Which Charlo, though? We're talking about the 160 Charlo, which makes more sense, which is Jamel. Now we're talking about something that's actually possibility, something that we can watch, something that we can enjoy. Boo Boo versus Caleb Plant. That's a fantasy matchup. I would much rather see that. Boo Boo beats Plant. They're looking at him as maybe next in line for Canelo, but that means Boo Boo has to move up, get used to a new weight.
It'd be easy for him. He's a natural.
Charlo needs a test. Laugh out loud. Cherry picking. Oh, toughest G. I understand. Most people like the narrative of saying that Andrade is a cherry picker. But if you rewind this a little bit, you don't have to rewind this. I'm gonna just do a quick recap. He's with Eddie Hearn. It shows right here. Andrade extends with Matchroom. This is a year ago. I know.
He said Charlo needs a test. So he's saying he's cherry picking.
That's why I got Zed in here. He corrects me. You're absolutely right. I ain't gonna say that. I actually agree with you. Which Charlo you talking about, though?
You gotta be Jamal, bro. Jamal.
But in Andrade are the most skilled. LaShawn McCall. Hey, I appreciate everyone that's coming in the comment right now. Commenting, because this is what I'm talking about, Zen. We got people who knowledgeable up in here, baby. But in Andrade the most skilled. This is what we just talking about. That's right. Yeah, I agree with you. I can't disagree. Hector said Jamal. You talking about Jamal? Okay. Well, are you thinking? I'm pretty sure Jamal. If Canelo fights in cruiserweight and then comes down, he will lose. Why do you say that?
Just because Roy Jones did it. We seen many fighters go up to go down.
Canelo, not Roy Jones. There's a reason why he's picking the guys picking. He lost to Tony Bellew.
Who did?
Doesn't matter which Charlo. Neither one could beat him. The guy Canelo's fighting at cruiserweight. He lost. He got knocked out brutally in the third round or second round by Tony Bellew. So Canelo will be beating this guy. So let's if you just YouTube, type it in. It's all y'all friends. But
it doesn't matter which Charlo. He's really right though, man. He's not gonna lose, man.
You know I love me some Jamel Charlo, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm an Andrade fan to day I die. And I absolutely agree with you. The problem is this article that we're looking at right here, and I'm gonna go down into the details in a minute. Andrade extends matchroom stay. Eddie Hearn promises to deliver. We're gonna have, if we go down and we find out he signed a 5-fight deal, 2-year deal, we're in trouble. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. All these guys that we know that he can beat, it's not gonna happen because it's gonna be hard for any of their promoters to be like, I'm gonna actually do a cross promotion fight with Eddie Hearn for one of my guys that I'm trying to get them to fight Canelo for against someone who could possibly beat him and take him out of the sweepstakes with Canelo. Am I crazy for that? Zen, tell me, am I crazy?
I mean, I don't know if you're crazy. It's really like if Andrade is crazy.
So Toughest G say Canelo fighting at cruiserweight isn't smarter. Why? So I don't know if it's going to tell me how much they re-upped with. The team up with Eddie Hearn has expanded the matchroom by in Pride America with $1 billion deal with his Ernheim thrill. Demetrius is one of the best 160 in the world. Did they say the deal?
No, I don't see no deal.
I signed an extension to my deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. We had a great 18 months, so we got plans having a bigger 2020 and 2021. So they didn't specify what the deal was, but it sounds like he might be a free agent in 2022.
Yeah, because it was a weak ass year for him. I don't know what
he said. We had a great 18 months. Well, it might be a week depending on how we see who he fought or where his popularity went, but he got paid with Eddie Hearn, and he plans to have a bigger 2020 and 2021. So he might be a free agent in 2022. That's what I read from that. Let me say. Yeah, and naturally right-handed, and he can switch sides. Orthodox, southpaw. We'll see. I haven't seen those news yet. He wants to catch weight. I thought he was just going to move all the way up to cruiserweight. Because, Canelo's not going to fight somebody like Lawrence Okoli in the cruiserweight. Lawrence Okoli would destroy Canelo. But Canelo, I'm pretty sure he probably walking around about 180 for that one. 175 and 180. See, LaShawn, I Look, a lot of people don't want to actually address that topic. A lot of people want to act like that's not actually relevant. It all depends on how you look at it, right? Because there's an argument for both sides.
Because he fought Danny Jacobs.
Exactly. So it comes down to what's most convenient. And he fought Floyd. But if you want to talk about present day,
He fought Floyd for popularity and money strictly.
no, he thought
That.
he was gonna beat. He thought he was gonna beat Floyd.
Bro, come
He thought he
on,
was gonna
bro.
beat Floyd.
Really be
I
real
think
with
Triple G wins in
yourself.
December.
Really
He
be
fights
real
in
with
December.
yourself. No way he in his mind he thought he was gonna beat Floyd, bro. He
Hey,
just wanted
Jonathan,
it
by
for
the way, hit the like
because
button.
you
Hit
gotta
the like
remember
button. Come on,
his
y'all.
life
Show some love. Let's
changed
get
and
lit,
who
baby.
he fought and who was willing to fight him after Floyd. So to me, I think like, because think about it, why would he fight Floyd at 23 years old? Why not wait 2 more years and fight him when he's older? Because he knew he wasn't gonna get that fight 2 years later. So he like, I gotta fight him now for that publicity. Because if he don't fight Floyd, bro, who anybody gonna say he really fought? Like that's what really put him on the map to be like he fighting these guys. Then he get Laura. Then he gets a Triple G. Then he
Well,
Jacobs.
if you think about it, Canelo, it paid off for him though because he became a superstar.
It did. I'm just
I
saying.
won't say because of Floyd, but if you didn't fight Floyd, I don't know if he would be as big as he is now because a lot of people reference the Floyd fight for him becoming who he is today. You see what I'm saying?
After he did that to Austin Trout, fool, everybody was talking about he the new deal.
Real quick, I'm going to address this from Hector. He said, I think Triple G wins in December if he fights Demetrius. And if Demetrius wins, then he would be able to get pretty much any fight. I strongly think it will happen next year. The only reason I'm going to have to disagree with you, Hector, is because for Triple G, he's looking for the Canelo third fight. Canelo is going up in cruiserweight to fight the young brother. I can't remember his name. If he beats him, takes his belt, he's going to be looking to come back down. The most lucrative fight at 168 for him coming back down is going to be who? Can you answer that for me, Zen?
What?
Who's going to be the most lucrative fight at 168 for him coming back down after the cruiserweight win that he's going to win against the young brother?
The Triple G fight.
Thank you, brother. So I appreciate you. Might cause problems present day. If you want to talk about present day, then yes, absolutely. I agree with what you are saying. But can we also talk about this? Do you really believe the Charlo brothers, either one of them, because you just said they'll get beat by Andrade, do they deserve a Canelo fight? Do you really think either one of them will beat him? I love Jamel. He's the best. Jamel struggled with Tony Harrison and Brian Castano. It is what it is.
Jamal better than him to me, bro.
Jamal, no, he's not. Jamal
he beat Dervinchenko. Jamel can't beat Dervinchenko.
Jamal can't beat Jamal Charlo struggled with Matt Korobov. Possibly lost to that brother.
But he beat Dervinchenko.
Doesn't mean anything.
What do you? Okay. My God.
Triple G laid out the blueprint.
Jamel lost.
Triple G said that's a statement that a lot of people think. Yeah, it is. It is. But I'm one of those guys. Like, look at me. I'm being 100% with you. I'm trying to be 100% biased with you, but I really honestly believe that neither of the Charlo brothers deserve a fight with Canelo, and I really don't think, honestly, I think if there's anyone that we should be pushing for is Andrade. I think Andrade gives Charlo a lot of brothers. Andrade gives Canelo some problems, but I really don't think Jamal had trouble with Matt Korobov. Go back, watch that fight. Watch that fight if y'all don't remember. And Jamel, I love Jamelo. I love Jamel. I said Jamelo.
My boy just getting somebody in the comment section. Ain't that son name, boy? Jamelo. I knew it. Hey, baby, come here. That boy Jamelo.
I love Jamel, but you struggle with Tony Harrison. You struggle with Castano. And see, Tough G said, I don't know why. It's weird. And that's me disputing it. I hope I ain't right. You good, bro? Nah, we good up here, man. Let it fly. What you thinking? Let it be. He's blackballing American black fathers. Nah, I don't believe that, LaShawn. I don't believe that. Danny Jacobs was the first one to hit the lottery. They both do have, okay, I'll agree with you there. They both do have a better resume than Caleb Plant. But we can also argue this. Caleb Plant is a natural 168er with a belt. He had a belt. In order to become undisputed, he had to fight Caleb Plant. In order to become undisputed, he did not have to fight Jamal. That's an argument someone can make. I can go fight Jamal, but if I wanted to be undisputed at 168, I got to fight Caleb. Jamal, let me live, man. John Boxing, pound for pound invest. What's good with you? Appreciate you being here. Jamal's not trying to fight Canelo. He's a 154-pound fighter. I agree with you, but all you have to do is go ahead and put a little bit of something into YouTube. And Jamel said that he would be able to beat Canelo. He said it recently, probably about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He said it himself. He said, I didn't watch it. I saw the headline though. He said,
You
I would
struggle
put
with
that work
Tony
in.
Harrison, man. No disrespect to Tony, but I mean, come on, man. You know Canelo's better than Tony Harrison.
So I wouldn't even be discussing it. If he wasn't putting it out there. But Jamel himself, he's calling anyone like we have to be for real. If we're talking about middleweight, super middleweight, light middleweight, they're all chasing the Canelo fight. Because all these guys, most of these guys are saying, oh, if I'm down here at the 150, I could just move up. If I'm 154, I'll move up to middleweight. It's not a big deal. If I got to move to super middleweight, I will. Most of these guys can interchange between light middleweight, super middleweight. Let's be real. So there's a shadow of Canelo looming over all of them because Canelo's basically touched all of them. Toughest G think he got jokes. I respect it though. LaShawn said, bro, Danny came in for the payday. What do you got to say about that, Zen? Isn't everybody going in for the payday? Doesn't everybody want to fight Canelo for that payday?
I think he's trying to make a point that Andrade, there's fighters out there probably have the capabilities to beat him, but he's not fighting those fighters. When in reality, I'm like, if he already beat Triple G and he beat Billy Joe, I'm like, man, ain't too many other fighters for him to
Danny
beat.
Jacobs, Arizona Lara, Miguel Cotto. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sergey Kovalev at
David Benavidez, though. He can fight David Benavidez.
But he beat Sergey Kovalev at 175. As much as we want to downplay every win that might have happened, these are the guys that he beat, and we have to respect it. Danny Jacobs is a formidable opponent, regardless of how we want to like. If Danny Jacobs is solid, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's better than Jamel Charlo or Jamal Charlo. That's up for debate because we've never seen him fight, but we can't say he's ducking all black fighters because he's fought some black fighters. Nico, man, you late, bro. It's over. But it was a great fight.
Nico, man, it's over. I know it. You came way too late, my boy. He been knocked that man
out. About 30 minutes ago, brother. But it's all good. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you having me. Don't forget about that. Yeah, that's what Young Zen just said. David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez, as much as I would love to see that fight, I also don't think David Benavidez earns it. He lost the belt to the scale. He lost the belt, way when he was earlier. There was problems. So I'm like, at this point, I think
he missed
why
weight?
not let him chase cruiserweight? Let him chase that cruiserweight title, get it, come back down, and most likely he's gonna have in the trilogy with Triple G. That's probably what's gonna be his next. Let's be 100. We know what's gonna happen. Charles, Canelo, and Spence are cherry pickers.
I have to disagree with Spence. Spence really has fought people. Now I say he, fighting Mikey isn't necessarily the greatest you could put because I'm like Mikey was really, really small and he came up and weight to fight Spence. So that don't really, you feel me? But I'm like Mikey is a you feel me, 4-time division champ. And then Danny Garcia is a good fighter. So I don't think that's a cherry pick fight. And then he beat Sean Porter. So you know what I'm saying? And he beat Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he's fighting some pretty good fighters, you know what I'm saying? Like, only person that he hasn't fought that people really want to see is either Keith, Pacquiao, or Terrence. Well, Pacquiao fell through, so it's really only those other two.
Yeah. So I agree with you there. As much as, I'm a Terrence Crawford fan, I wouldn't say Errol Spence is a ducker. I wouldn't say that. And as far as Jamal, I might be a little bit in agreement with you. PBC fighters, man, they stay within that camp. That's one thing. But if he needs to go to 175, I don't think so. Because at least in the last fight, he did make weight. You know what I'm saying? If he would have missed weight, maybe I would have said, okay, you got to looking at the bigger weight. But all the money is in that 168 division when you talk about it. So especially if anyone's even mentioning your name with Canelo, hey, even if you should go to 175, make 168 work. Because that fight might be on the rise. He's only 24 years old, so let that man live. Spence ducking Bud. I've been saying that for years. That's one thing. You wanted to wear. Appreciate you coming up in here, LaShawn McCall, man. For real, for real. I want to say necessarily he's ducking him, but the idea of people saying Bud is trying to duck Spence, that's a hard fight for Spence. You're gonna see this weekend. You're gonna all these PBC all y'all PBC heads where y'all think just because they signed with PBC they're the best in the division. When y'all see what Crawford does, Deshaun Porter, I'm not telling you who's gonna win. I'm not telling you what's gonna happen, but I'm just saying when y'all see what happens, that's it. I can't wait for that shit tomorrow. By the way, we're gonna be live for that tomorrow. Fluence Lounge is gonna be tomorrow too. So if y'all not part of the motherfucking family, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be back tomorrow for motherfucking Bud versus Sean. It's gonna be crazy. Toughest G said Terrence Crawford knocks Porter. Spence be ducking like. Well, now the narrative is gonna have to change because the narrative is Bud's ducking Spence. I love it. I don't know how. I love it. I love it. We got knowledgeable people just up in here, man. I'm like, you. But I don't know how you feel about that, Zen. You've been a little quiet. What you thinking, man?
No, I mean, I already kind of spoke my piece. I'm like, I already been kind of knew that early. For me, I addressed that. I don't think Spence is no cherry picker. You know what I'm saying? Canelo really not no one either.
But
I mean, if anybody's really,
go ahead, man.
I mean, it's really like, I don't even think that Charlo's necessarily cherry picking. I just think that they're not eager to be the best. I'm like, you got to give Canelo his props. He's trying to be the best. He's fighting people that's putting him to be the best. I'm like, it's just like some people are not trying to, you feel me? But I'm like, I know Charlo's have more pull than Andrade do. So I'm like, they could have got certain fights done better than Andrade could.
Way more pull, especially in the U.S. Way more pull.
I'm like, we all know Andrade is just cold. So it's just like, he not trying to duck. Like, what he duck for? Like you feel me? That's like saying KD ducking smoke. Like, why? Motherfucker skilled as a motherfucker. Like
why would he duck smoke? Why?
He ducking no smoke.
And that's what I feel like that's kind of the aspect that's kind of been is taken out when a lot of times when people are fans of the sports, because like, and that's why I appreciate someone like you. I'm like, okay, you may not be in a boxing heavy like as actually doing it, but because you know what I'm saying, you're heavy into a sport of basketball and you do it and you're heavy and you're technical and you nasty at it, you understand the aspect of it's when you get to that level, there's politics that come into play. It's not about, oh, I want to fight this guy, so let's fight him.
Because that's the case Sam Farmer and Javante would have been fought.
Because I'm like, if y'all real boxing heads when it comes to that division before Ryan Garcia's, Devin Haney's, and Shakira Stevenson's and Teofimo Lopez, the fight of the century at that division was Davis versus Farmer. That's what everybody wanted to see.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know how much people was boxing heads, but before all this smoke that everyone's talking about, trying to figure out who's the best division, it was Davis versus Farmer. That's what niggas wanted to say. Who's the best of that 135 division, Farmer or Davis? So,
the reason why, but you gotta remember them Texas boys that you just all named, and Bud from Nebraska. So you feel me? One's a big city, big stars, big everything versus. And nobody trying to go to no Corn Huskers. You feel me? The Corn Huskers. That's what it is.
Me I'm from a small part of a big area. You feel me? But being around big areas, then the people who's been in big areas, the way we see country, Nebraska, South people, we be like, man, y'all ain't on. But when you come out here, you be like, oh, y'all niggas had it way rougher than us. I don't even care. I'm like, they hoods compared to it's way different. And you can't debate that. So I'm like, I know Bud got something in him that's just different. It's different from an Earl Spence. Like Earl Spence didn't have the box. We talked about this. Different from a Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He get his pops in his life the whole time, making sure that he's right and doing all right. This different. I'm like, that Bud's gonna go in there. He's gonna show something, man. That's reality. Who cherry picking? I don't know who fast thing is. If the public is demanding for Canelo to take the Charlo and Andrade David Venus fight, then he should consider when you're the face of boxing, that's the expectation. That's how Floyd was treated. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And I think it's going to happen. In the same way when there was a certain pressure, like, and then we have to understand this too as boxing fans also, is that we're not the majority fan base of a Canelo. You see what I'm saying? So a majority of the fan So the majority of the fan base of the Canelo, they're telling him who they would like to see him fight. So it's going to be a lot different than who we would like to see him fight. So we have to keep that in mind as well. So him going up to cruiserweight and come back down, I'm telling you, the next big fight for Canelo is Triple G. Whatever.
He just coming at my boy Javante. Okay, he corrected that.
But
go ahead.
The next big fight for Canelo is going to be Triple G after that cruiserweight. Shakur's the best from 130 to 147.
No, he corrected. You got to go to the correction.
Okay, Tank Davis. Real quick for LaShawn, that's a bold statement for Shakur. I'm definitely.
You got to go down. You got to go down. No, you got to go down.
I am. Real quick. I got to. Shakur is the best from 130 to 147. Absolutely not. 130 to 135, maybe. We'll see, because Devin Haney is still out there. To go all the way up to welterweight for Shakur, that's a bold statement, brother.
Yeah, because he's not better than Tank to me right now. And y'all can say what y'all want about Tank, but that boy is a beast.
Okay, he corrected. Oh, I see why he was telling me to go down. Yeah, my bad, brother. Shut up, nigga. That's why I got.
He's not better than Tank though, so I can't get that. I can't let that statement fly.
Yeah, 130. But if you go to 135, you're telling me now he's better than Devin
Haney and Loma. I don't think so. But I say this: Shakur is really up there with all of them when it comes to skill.
Go ahead.
When it comes to skill, he's up there with him. But I'm like, I just don't think that he's necessarily faster than Tank. I'm like, y'all, I think everybody's really sleep on taking speed in his power. Like, he really got that. But see what Tank is, I think Tank is just young and he's little. You feel me? He has short arms. Like, he's not like Devin Haney 5'10" with long extremities. He's not like
I'd be so confused. Why are we so big on guys like Davis, Shakur? And we should be. I love Davis. I love Shakur, but I'm like, Devin can't beat Shakur. Devin definitely can beat Shakur. They've had sparring wars all the time. Devin can definitely beat Shakur. Not only that, Devin is younger than all these niggas we talking about. It's like nobody wants to talk about
he has the brightest future. Nobody's
not only is he younger than all these niggas, he's bigger than all of them. He has a longer reach and he's taller.
I'm just telling you though, but that Tank with that power different, bro. He really ain't. He's knocking out everybody. Like, you can't overlook that, in my opinion. Like, you can say who he's fighting, who's not.
But then some would say they would come in with that hit, how they trying to hit Terrence Crawford, and they would be like, well, who is he really knocking out? You feel me? Because I'm like, he couldn't get Gamboa out of there, and Gamboa had a Achilles. Tank. Oh, he did, but it was at the 11th round, 10th round.
It was the last round, but he still did it.
TKO. So I'm like, let's really look at the facts.
The fact is, he's knocked out everybody with one person. That's all I'm saying. Now I hear what y'all saying.
Devin might got cotton hands, but that boy can box.
Facts.
You heard him against JoJo. Skill pay the bills. You ain't got to have heavy hands to be great. They also said Tyson Fury had cotton hands. They said Tyson Fury had pillow hands. You seen what happened? Skills pay the bills, baby. I believe in that thoroughly. I don't understand why people think just because you can't hit hard, you can't be great.
If I was the next topic we gonna have on the podcast right now, bro. Right? And I heard some dude have pillow hands, but he hit me with a four-piece combo. I'm like, that four-piece combo going hurt. Like, I'm about to be like, dang, he just gave me some work. Like, you feel me? Like,
I don't understand that. I'm like, niggas be talking about pillow fist. I'm like, bro, you understand that the rotation of power comes from the hips. So I might have pillow fist, but like you said, if I hit you with a four-piece, you're going to feel that joint and you're going to have to reset. Devin Haney, the email champ. So I see people don't like Devin Haney. That's crazy. It must be because he's a young boy with money.
He be talking crazy to these dudes, though, bro. You see how you talking to Teofimo daddy? His daddy was hot.
I don't blame him, though. He a young boy. He champ. He got the most money out of all of them. Like, and he fighting big competition. I'm like, y'all can talk all y'all want.
21 years old with a Rolls Royce. How you gonna feel with that?
Nigga, he got $100 million contract from Eddie Hearn. I would be mad too if I was Teofimo. Like, bro, I'd be Loma. How this boy got big bread?
You coming at Devin Haney like he not 5 years younger than Tank. I'm like, he would still be like, Tank wouldn't just knock out Devin Haney as easy as you think. It'd be a very, very calculated knockout. I know,
I'm like, Tank will not walk down Devin. Devin's way bigger than Tank, bro. At 21 years old. He's not even a grown man yet. Think about Devin Haney at 25 years old, the same age Tank is right now.
And people really disrespecting Devin Haney like he don't got a great ass jab. That jab be crazy, bro.
Bro, well, I don't understand it.
And he's
I don't
smooth. He
understand.
got a smooth little shoulder roll.
Hey, yo, Devin Haney might be the next Floyd. I'm like, bro, out of everybody
He's
we
really
talk about,
smooth.
nobody fuck with Devin. They be like,
Nobody,
he
bro.
pillow-handed. He don't got no skill. He got no chin. I'm like, he the youngest out of everybody. He got paid the most.
Never got knocked
right
down.
now, other than maybe Tefimo, he got the best resume out of all of them because he beat Gamboa, and after Gamboa, he beat Linares. Now he finna go fight Jojo Coco Diaz. Tell me anybody else at that 135 division who got the resume he talking about what he doing.
At his age, though. Tank resume not even sniffing his. Shakur's is just getting started. Ryan got knocked down by
I hate when people be like he got rocked by Linares, bro. He won every round and he got rocked by Linares. Like, okay, but he won every round.
Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley rocked Floyd in the second round.
Beautiful, sir. And he won the whole fight. Come on, man. I hope his chin isn't what people think he is. He's only 21 years old. He's taking hits from grown men.
It's just crazy, bro. Because I'm like, when he gets to Tank's age, bro, it's gonna be really scary, bro. It's gonna be so scary, bro.
I'm like, people do not understand. It's like it's just the hate is crazy to me on Devin, man. But they love Shakir, which I can understand.
But you gotta remember who's supporting Shakir.
Devin.
Who's supporting Shakir? Andre Ward. Who's supporting Devin Haney? Nobody.
I was about to say, I don't even know. Please, y'all been here, man. I know y'all.
Who knows Eddie Hearn? If you go to any boxing fan in America, who's gonna be like, I know who Eddie Hearn is.
No, people don't fuck with that, and that's the problem. Now we're gonna figure out if Eddie Hearn learned from his mistakes with Devin, because Devin's getting a lot of hate in the States, and I feel like if Devin Haney would have decided to go with the Mayweathers, or with Mayweather promotion, or if you went with Top Rank, or if you went with PBC, people would love Devin Haney. But the fact that he's with Eddie Hearn, they like, I don't fuck with him. Real quick, I know y'all, because the likes been at the same thing for a minute. So please, y'all, man, hit the like button, man. Show some love, man. We out here, man. We conversate. We putting up them good topics, going back and forth. Also, putting your opinion in the comment section. Let's keep this thing going. But hit the like button if y'all hit the like button. Like, come on now, show some love. But we out here. LaShawn said, I love Devin, but Tank is sitting down true 140 pounders. As much as I believe that, and I want to really like wholeheartedly support that statement, LaShawn, I can't, because we have not seen Gervonta fight the best. He didn't sit down Gamboa, and he's not even a natural. What to extent he is a natural 140 pounder, but he ain't sit him down. He had a 20 kilos. Barrios he did, but before Barrios, I never heard about. Before Tank, I never heard about Barrios. No disrespect. Pitbull Cruz he about to fight. I never heard of Pitbull Cruz before. A lot of people are saying that Romero got this charge and he should have never fought Young Boy. And now the switch is coming, but from Romero's side, we already talked about this, but he said that was a fight he was originally supposed to fight. He was originally supposed to fight Pitbull Cruz before Romero, but Romero said he activated his #1 WBC contender. That's the only way he got it. Yeah, T.O., I got him out there, yo. But he got power on the pin because that's because he's still young, though. I think a lot of it comes down to he's only 21 years old. Like, let him get his grown man strength. Let him feel comfortable in that. Like, he's taking leaps and bounds at an age that we're not seeing anyone else do at this point right now. Floyd did it, yes. But Floyd's one in a few. So Devin Haney is doing something that's one in a few. So we can't judge him on that perspective. But I appreciate what you're saying, John Boxing Power found the best, man. Stank Davis jumping divisions. He got to jump divisions. He's only fighting PBC fighters. He got to. Bro, Devin problem is he drained himself at 135. I don't see that. He's still too young. Maybe when he's about 24, 25, he might be, but at this age, he's not draining himself. He's too young. I think he's okay. Am I wrong? Let me know, Zen.
He's young. He's really young. I remember at 21, bro, it was easy. You remember the workouts we was doing?
Yeah, man. I be thinking now how I am at my age now compared to 21, bro. It's way different. So I'm like, man, he's good. He ain't worried about none of that. None of that's a problem at all. How you feeling, Zen? I want to go use the bathroom real quick. You good?
Yeah, I was about to go eat, though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't ate all day.
This guy, man, with the people. All right. Do me a favor. Educate the people just for a little bit. Let me go use the bathroom and stuff like that. Then when I come back, you can go eat. Do you think?
$100.
All right. I'm gonna be right back for y'all. Y'all stay up in here. Zen gonna talk to y'all for a minute, and then we're gonna get this thing popping.
But yeah, man, I'm sorry, y'all, man. I really ain't ate all day. I was gonna eat, you feel me, during the fight and all that, but then he was like, I'm about to go live. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead, hold off then. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on the food, you know what I mean? So I'm like, because I want to come give y'all some good content, you know what I'm saying? Some good dialogue. So, but yeah, man, I'm about to go get that good grub. Bro, have you seen his shoulders? Devin can go 147 with no problem. Facts. But I mean, at the same time, why would he want to do that though? Like he's 21 years old. Like dudes at 147, 30, 34, 32. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's basketball like with Luca. Luca 21 years old and he can go out there and play with the 35-year-olds. Well, that's fine because he's not getting hit. He ain't getting, you feel me? But I'm like, when you get into the ring, like you gotta let your body develop. Like he ain't gonna be fully developed until he's 25. So why even push the pace like that? You know, start off low, get your body right, get your body right, get your skills sharpened up, go against different type of opponents. So when you go to 147, you kind of like a Bud Crawford. You can just be like, all right, I'm ready to go. Like, you feel me? I done tested up, I done sharpened up, I'm feeling the best, I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling like, let's do this thing. So you know what I'm saying? I hear what you saying though, LaShawn, for sure, but I'm like, there's no need to rush. Like people want to rush greatness, man. Like you feel me? Kobe was great at 21, but you can't tell me that 21-year-old Kobe was better than that 28-year-old Kobe when he went to the finals. You get me? He was MVP. So I'm saying, like, you feel me? You gotta let your body, you know what I'm saying? You let your body develop, man. No, don't get me wrong, he probably was more athletically raw and you feel me? He was doing certain things that, just God given that God, talent. Like, you can see Devin Haney has God given ability and height, but at the same time, you feel me? There's no need to push that pace. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him get some weight on him. Let him start lifting some weights. You feel me? Get adjusted and growing into his body. And so, when it's time to go, you feel me? It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Boots. Yeah, Boots is nice though. Nobody's really talking about Boots because he is good. But you know what I'm saying? That's a fight somebody might not want to take early in their career to fight a guy like Boots.
Yeah, Boots is a problem. Absolutely.
Boots
A
is
lot of
nice.
people got a lot of love for Boots right now. A lot of
Well,
people got a
you
whole lot
got
of
dudes
love.
like Gilly and dudes from Philly like Meek and all them type of dudes kind of like, boosting them in that good limelight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was impressed when what Boots did to Lipinets, excuse me. Sergey
yeah,
Lipinets,
that
that
was
was absolutely,
fast.
I
That
didn't
was
expect.
fast.
Lipinets is a tough opponent. And the way he made him look, a lot of people want to say, a lot of things about, his last opponent. I was questionable about that too. But you got to stay active. That's probably the only thing he was able to get at the time. But Boots is a problem, man. He's a problem. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is a problem. You guys heard he just left Robert Garcia's gym. He's going over to Canelo's gym, Eddie Reynoso. He's going to be training with him. So that's going to be a problem too when it comes to that division. So we got young up and comers in that division that I'm really excited to watch, man. I think it's going to be, we got to see that soon though, because I'm like Boots, Ortiz Jr. Those guys. We got to
Boots
see
is
it soon.
140, right?
No, 147 welterweight.
147.
Ortiz
Oh
Jr.
yeah, he said,
147.
yeah, I remember. He was like, we want Bud. Gilly was like, we want Earl, we want Bud. I'm just like, Bud versus him would be a great fight. That's something I'm
That
like,
would be a dog fight.
a real dog fight. Like that's
That'd
something
be
I'm
an
like,
absolute
yo,
dog fight.
I don't think Earl want that smoke. In my opinion.
I think Earl wants all the smoke, man. LeSean said Virgil, I'm not sold on yet. I'm not sold on Virgil either, but also he's one of those guys where we got to look at like Devin Haney. He's the youngest out of all of them. I think he's only 22, 22, 23. So he's the youngest. I think Hennis is only 24. So Ortiz, I'm not sold on yet, but he's making the switch to Eddie Reynoso with Canelo for a reason. So maybe him and his team said, hey, it's time. Let's go over here and let's try and be the best that we can be. Let's tighten up some of these loose ends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to make changes over there in the gym. Having a different having a different look, different understanding, concentration. That means everything, especially to a fighter who's on the upcomer, man. That means everything, dude. Confidence is key. Feeling like your training is 100% into you, man. That's everything, dude. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. But I'm like, there's a lot of exciting things, man. I can't wait for tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's gonna be lit.
Facts.
Crawford versus Porter is gonna be crazy, bro. He going over there to eat that Mexican meat. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Nobody talks about that with Canelo. That's the craziest thing to me, though, because I'm like, if that
Caleb
would happen
Plant
to
was calling
Floyd,
him out. Caleb Plant was calling him out for it in the press conference.
I'm talking about.
Did you see that clip afterwards when they lost and like they was embracing each other? What Plant said?
No, I didn't. But I'm saying the media would be hyping that up. Like, you feel me? Like, every given chance they would throw that out at Floyd if that happened to Floyd. I swear. I promise you. I promise you.
Well, they do it with the IV thing. They do it with the IV where he used IVs and technically it was illegal, like IVs to rehydrate. So, and I'm like, that's not even drugs. It's like literally just sticking something in and then using water to go through so you can rehydrate, but technically you weren't supposed to use it. But they try to say, oh, they hang that over his head. So
I ain't hearing it.
Caleb Plant is face plant. Toughest G said, I'm finna talk that shit. I respect it though, man. You can't lie about it. I seen Enos person. He's a big 147er. What is he, about 5'10", 5'11", I think? Remember who we were just talking about as a 147er? Oh, Devin is about 5'10". He did get face planted. I'm not gonna lie. He did get face planted.
Yeah, Canelo wore that man down, man. It was inevitable. I knew it was happening.
Inevitable. Can't be mad. You gotta respect it, man. Salute to the people though, absolutely, man. Y'all come up in here, man. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. How you feeling, Young Zen? I know you were saying you wanted to get to the food. How you feeling though?
Yeah, I'm ready to get to that grub, man. I already explained it to the people. That's because I've been up since 5:30, man. So you know what I'm saying? It's just been a long day.
Get your sleep in then, man. Respect, man. We appreciate you coming on the Fluence Lounge.
I'm gonna try to be back tomorrow though, for sure.
Oh, you got to, man. It's one of the biggest cards in the world, man. What you mean? Try to be back. You
Biggest
gotta be back.
cards? You mean the biggest fight? I don't know who
Same
on that
difference,
card.
baby. Same difference.
I'm gonna say that card, but that card might be weak.
You gotta come back, man. What you mean? We're gonna be here. You gonna be here tomorrow?
I'll be here.
All right, bet, man. All right, brother. Enjoy your night.
All right, Doug. All right, y'all. Y'all go ahead and like that video up, man.
Like the joint. Salute to the people. Zen's up out of here for the night. But you know what I'm saying? Appreciate him coming up in here. Join the channel. I'm not gonna get up out of here just yet, man. I got a couple things I want to talk to the people about, man. I've got some love going around, man. Look, I just don't understand the misconception and the disrespect when it comes to Demetrius Andrade. To me, it's interesting to me. You know, from what it looks like, he's going to be a free agent next year because he only signed an extension through 2021, so that's going to be a good thing for him. But if I was him, I would try to get myself in the good graces of, at the very least, maybe touching a Charlo fight, maybe touching a Caleb Plant fight, something like that. That's in the horizon. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. I'm not really sure. At the same time, though, I feel like they're not going to allow it. They don't want Andrade to be great. That's what it seems like to me. What y'all think? I won't be on much longer. I got some good Mexican food chilling, waiting for me. But tomorrow's finna be. Actually, let me pull that up real quick before I get up out of here, man. Tomorrow finna be crazy because I'm like, I feel like even though y'all see what the betting odds are, at the same time, I feel like people are still underestimating Terrence Crawford at the end of the day. It would be crazy if you plot twist the whole thing. I'm like, that would be crazy. There's a possibility that might actually happen. And all of a sudden, something just happened. We just, oh, shit. I'm telling you, Andrade could plot twist everything. You never know. But see, it just all depends on who he decides to go with. He has to end up going with the right person, because if he ends up being a free agent, he has to pick the right person who's ready to be. Eddie Hearn, as much as I want to believe and I respect Eddie Hearn, I don't know if he's going to be able to get him the fights that he deserves. He has a ticket time bomb. So he's going to have to be smart. You know what I'm saying? With what he decides to pick in the long run. If he ends up being a free agent next year, that's going to be important. I'm telling y'all. It's going to be a fight right here, man. Please, y'all up in here, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, we're going to be here tomorrow for this fight right here. Demetrius Andrade really showed out tonight. He really did his thing. He really showed love. Like, that was an amazing fight, even if it was only for 2 rounds. He deserves so much more love than the love he gets. But that was like the appetizer. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the full course. That was the appetizer. That was like, we're going to finna put some potatoes, some little bit of bacon, some broccoli. You can eat a little bit of this. Tomorrow is the full course. You feel me? Look at this right here. Sean Porter. Look, you always know, Terrence Crawford isn't, because he still wears boxes with the stripes and the patterns. You know what I'm saying? Any nigga who still wears boxes with the stripes and the patterns, he's a nigga. I'm telling you, man. Excuse me. Salute, young Zen. Appreciate you, young brother. Man, get the lights going for brother. Because I know y'all been hopping up in here. I've been seeing the numbers, but y'all have not been hitting hot light button. But I'm telling y'all right now. Tomorrow's finna be something that no one ever expected. The same way we just saw what we saw with Andrade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone thought we knew who Andrade was. We were saying, okay, he was going to come out same on Andrade. The first round was what we expected. Gave him the boom, boom, bow. And then he's probably going to coast the rest of the rounds. You feel me? Go all 12, not really care, do what he do. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he did. He came crazy. He said, shka, 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 shka. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm not going to let up on this. I'm trying to make a point. I think Crawford's going to do the same thing tomorrow, man. I think he's going to make a point. And I think we're going to see for the first time, second time, whatever it may be ever, Sean Porter may be up out of there, man. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Ain't playing no type of games. So I'm excited for this one, man. I'm 100% excited for this one, man. Tomorrow finna be a beautiful day. Swings for the kill that no one can do. And that's what I was saying when it was like talking about Sean Porter was talking about he a dog. And you know what I'm saying? He finna bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford. I'm like, bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford be a dog every fight. You don't want to bring the dog out of Terrence Crawford. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? People don't know. They really don't know. Because I'm like, I think this is going to be, man, I just can't wait to see this fight, man. I'm so hyped for this, man. Like, for real. It's inspirational. Saying if my knee wasn't messed up, I'd be going crazy in the room training. I'm gonna be there though, for real, for real. Slowly working my way back. I'm gonna be healthy though. Can't wait for this fight though. This fight's gonna be fire, man. Boy, Terrence Crawford, the feet, the jab, the movement. Look at that. It's beautiful work, man. All of it. You can't hate it. You can't disrespect it. You can't feel no type of way about it, man. Absolutely, man. Gets the broom and takes them right up out of the feet. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful work. There's gonna be a fight, man. I'm telling you, man. Hopefully y'all come in tomorrow, man. Y'all join your boy, man. Salute to everyone been in the chat. Toughest G, LaShawn McCall. Saying it's snipers. Hit the like button, subscribe, man. Appreciate everybody. We're gonna be back tomorrow. You feel me? For this fight right here. You know what I'm saying? Crawford versus Sean Porter, man. I can't wait for this joint. Toughest G said Crawford is a sweeper. Absolutely. Telling you, man, I can't wait for this joint, man. It's gonna be a crazy fight. So that's what I'm gonna do. Stop the screen. What's up with it, people? If y'all up in here, man, hit that like button. Let's go see what Sean Porter's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let's go check out the Sean Porter side of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. I can't be one-sided. I got to be fair. Sean Porter like, what's up? You know I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. You ready? Ready for that fight? Ready to get at work? Trying to go to body like he did on Keith Thurman, boy. Y'all remember that one? Oh, Birdo. So Sean Porter, man, you ready? You up in the gym? Getting right. I'm telling y'all, man, it's going to be a fight, man. It's going to be a hell of a fight. My bad, y'all. So Sean Porter ready, man. He ready to get up in them trenches. He ready to do his work. He ready to do what he got to do, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the love. Appreciate everyone stop through for the night. Look, man, I'm going to be back tomorrow. So make sure y'all come back in tomorrow. Show some love, man. We're going to be here for the Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter fight. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't already did it. Please enjoy the rest of your Friday. I appreciate y'all. Blessings. Blessings to everybody. Stay strong. Positivity. No matter what. Don't let nobody ruin your day. Much love. Get part.